Mike, you got a couple questions you want to ask Coleman?
Yeah, I'm Coleman
Mike
Jr. I'm running for mayor. The reason why I'm running for mayor is the time when 48% of the city is living in poverty, 10% is unemployed. You got billions of dollars flowing through downtown. It's a shame you got this many people who are out of work.
Yes.
You know, there's a Bible verse. It says, I've been young and I've been old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken or begging for bread. And we got so many people who are righteous, who are forsaken, and who are begging for bread. I think it's a shame that we got billions of dollars flowing through this city, and you got brothers who are going to job after job after job after job after job interview and can't get work. I think it's a shame you got billions of dollars going through this city, and you got women who are overworked and underpaid, making 66 cents less than what a man makes. I think it's a shame that all of our institutions are under assault right now. They closing schools, they closing recreational centers, they closing churches, and they building jails. Something's fundamentally wrong with that. There's no reason why we got billions of dollars going through downtown and we got our neighborhoods looking like this, and we ain't got investment in neighborhoods. That's why I'm running. I want to build recreational centers. I want to put our young men and women back to work. Rebuilding our roads, rebuilding our infrastructure. I want to have community benefits agreements. So those are legally binding contracts between the community and developer. Basically saying if you're going to come here and build jobs here and have businesses here, you got to hire people who live here and who work here. And I want to be able to make it easier for small businesses. I want to reduce regulations. I want to have one-stop shop permits. So you get all your permits from one spot. And I want to be able to provide grants. I want to work with the Small Business Administration. I want to have small business development centers. So we can have money, we can have funds, so we can start their own businesses. And I also want to be able to have African time. There's no reason with all the things that we've done in this city. This is the place where Martin Luther King gave his first Island Dream speech. Where Malcolm X gave his message to the grassroots to say by any means necessary. With the King Cochrane, the League of Revolutionaries. General Baker, the Dodge Revolutionary Union Movement. My father, the Honorable Coleman Alexander Young, said black man first and Democrat second, who beat back stress, who beat back the big four, who diversified the city workforce, and made so that black people can have. What was the purpose of all that struggle if now we're going to give it all away and be wiped out? So all of our police officers, our firefighters, our emergency services personnel, and our city workers have to live in the city. And build our city back up. So that's why I'm running.
I was trying to on what Mike was saying about the roads, and as far as the way we fixed it, but as far as the timeline of fixing it, we had a huge pothole right there on 8 Mile and Ryan and stayed there for about 8 months before even putting a cone in there or anything. I mean, people going in there dipping their whole car down, tearing the whole frame up. Timeline to fixing our potholes and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I think that just comes down to leadership, quite frankly. And you know what I'm saying? I can tell you all my plans and all my ideas, but if we don't have leadership that gives a damn, ain't nothing gonna change. And that's why I'm running. You got somebody that's in there that's more interested in big rigging and colluding. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's in there where everywhere he's been has been a federal investigation. He needs to step aside and let an honest young man get the job done for all the Detroiters. And that's why I'm running. And that just comes down to priorities. His priorities obviously are with the people of the city. I also think we need to use different materials to build our road.
Okay.
We can build rubber, we can even build hellcrete, something that's more strong, that's more durable, so that it lasts when you're driving over.
Black males in this area, you know, and they tend to get, forgot about. And I was wondering, do you have any programs or anything like that, that give these guys opportunities? Any setups or anything like that, ideas for that?
We definitely want to model some of the programs that they have in other states, and I have a program I think it's called Step Up or something like that, where they train young African American men for jobs and opportunities. I know we want to make sure that we partner up with My Brother's Keeper. I believe that program still exists that President Obama started in terms of mentorship programs. That's something I want to do. But I also know from my standpoint, what I want to do primarily is I want to follow the path that my father set in terms of setting records, make sure that we hire African Americans and minority contractors, and make sure that they get work. Also, though, I want to make sure that we have equal pay laws too, because African Americans nationally, they make 83 cents on the dollar to what their white male counterparts make. So these are things that I think that we're going to be doing in terms of laws, in terms of policies, make sure that people are. That was my major concern, was that if you have this new authority that's coming in, what does it mean to the people in the city that have jobs that are working there? What does it mean the opportunity advancement? Because a lot of times you might have black folks that are working there, but they're working the lowest menial jobs. And I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with that. There should be the opportunity for career advancement. We should be training people to be able to take these jobs and go to the next level. And I just didn't see that happen. And that's what I meant by it. And I meant that the purpose of owning assets is to control. If you're not going to control them and use that in the way in which to uplift the people, what's the purpose? Like, what's the purpose of having power? You're not going to serve the power. What's the purpose of having jobs? You ain't going to give it to the jobless. What's the purpose of having water? You ain't going to get to the thirsty. You know what I'm saying? It just defeats the purpose. And so that's what I meant by that. And that's what I meant by Belle Isle too. Because I understand there were some improvements we needed to make, but one of the things I didn't like was the aggressive crackdown that they had. Because you had a lot of people who would just go there just to relax and chill and whatever else. And they went out there and arrested everybody out there in Cedar Springs. They pulled over the mayor, they pulled over the clerk. They pulled over the clerk and threatened her. And so that's what I meant by that, man. It was just, people's peace of mind was violated. And so you got a lot of people who are in these local parks now because, so they felt that once they went to Belle Isle, they were being harassed. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Cole, I was talking about, another thing that crossed my mind is these abandoned buildings and the grass all high, which you may have a house next to it that's real kind of cleaned up, cut real good, and it makes the whole block just look chill. And you got like 4, 5, 6 houses on each side, like all the way down. Like, do you think that we could just do something like band them up?
You have these abandoned owners who are basically, if they're given tickets, they don't act within a certain amount of time. You would have a judge that would basically be able to take over that property and act as an owner. And they'd be able to appoint a nonprofit or a community group to be able to take up those properties. I also think that we should use asset control areas with HUD, because HUD has a specific program for abandoned properties that are not being kept up. They basically come in and will fix those properties up. They have good neighbor programs. And HUD also has something called Section 3, which is night. Enforcement basically means that if you're going to tear down these properties, you got to use people in the neighborhood to be able to tear down those properties. So people in the neighborhood can get jobs from that. So that's something I think we should do. Yeah, man. Section 3. So, well, I passed legislation. Basically, I passed the first legislation providing tax credits for the movie industry. And they created 10,000 jobs now. When Governor Snyder, Republicans came in, they basically came and kind of gutted that. Because, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I got a 10-year record. And those are one of the things that I did was create jobs. I also passed legislation, regulating the medical marijuana industry. So a lot of the regulations that you deal with now, those are things that you passed. I also passed legislation, energy cost recovery. I also passed legislation keeping people in their houses, EDZ tax credits. But I've also done things in the neighborhood, man. We kept helping keep their lights on, helping keep their water on. We even helped some people get out of jail. I don't know how much people still did that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna ask. But yeah. I ain't gonna ask. But she did. So if we can do that as a state senator, imagine what I can do as mayor. So yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. It's wonderful, man.
Appreciate you.
They told me if I wanted to win, I had to come up in here. Now, you trying to do something else, you win. Go somewhere else. You trying to win, go up in here. So I'm just glad y'all have me, man.
You guys appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Why would I be cool? They hurry up and get it. It's a war right now. Only fools are cool. That's my
All right.
You're official, man. Official, baby. Yeah, call me, please. Okay, yeah. Oh, excellent. Thank you. It was. Everything was good.